It's a good win. There's a lot of people. It's like Woodstock, except everybody's got their clothes on.
But eat a damn snack.
You're like my wife when you get in space. You just get lost.
It's ahead! Short steps are better than long steps. That's the only time in your life you're going to hear short is better than long. It's ahead!
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to 614 Headsets, the weekly football podcast where we say football is more than just a game, it's a lifestyle. Just yesterday, we had the amazing opportunity to go to the OHSFCA clinic. We had a great time sitting down with some of the great coaches from across the state, and over the next couple of weeks, we're going to try to bring you some special segments that we titled 4 Quarters with some great coaches. Before we get into that, though, we have to mention our show sponsors who make all this possible, and the first one I want to talk to you about is Fundraising University. Fundraising University of Ohio offers a variety of fundraising efforts that helps football teams run profitable, effective, and fast-paced fundraisers designed to raise the most money in the shortest amount of time to reach your fundraising goals. Fundraising University of Ohio is locally owned, operated, and with their 6-step blitz system will help your team maximize profits. Brett Maxwell with Fundraising University will sit down and help you pick, plan, and strategize and execute your next fundraiser. If you're interested in us running a fundraiser for you, please contact Brent Maxwell at bmaxwell@fundraisingthelletteru.net or 740-501-8946. And our second sponsor, who we got to mention, is Storied Rivals. Storied Rivals Sports Media offers the most unique highlight experience available. Storied Rivals delivers your team's content with services designed to change the way you experience these unforgettable moments now and for a lifetime. Storied Rivals now offers a complete team apparel and player shop customizable to your program. Contact us by mail at info@storiedrivals.com to schedule an appointment with a member of our team. 2 great services, 2 great sponsors. As you head into this next off season, reach out to them to set your program into new heights in 2024. Without further ado, let's get into it. I hope you enjoy these next couple segments titled 4 Quarters live from the OHSFCA clinic. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and whatever platform you might listen to the podcast. And also make sure you go check out the home of 614 Headsets at www.614headsets.com. Check out all the great content we have on there, and maybe you can go and check out the lab. Enjoy the show.
Hey, I'm excited for this one. We are 614 Headsets live at the OHSFCA clinic here at Columbus, Ohio, the best weekend of the year. This is a special guest for me. This is a unique opportunity. We have Coach Eric Calland, the new head coach at Westerville South High School. Calland's Cats.
Hell yeah.
Right?
I like that. I hear that every day.
Every day.
I'm walking down the hallway and all of a sudden just belts out of nowhere.
Sorry, excuse my language there. I almost slipped one there because I like it so much. I freaking like that.
Well,
This guy
Cats,
screams
man.
it down the hallway. He does. He does.
I don't doubt that.
I'm a bit obnoxious in the hallways.
I can imagine.
It's probably to the
For the
point
kids.
now
For
where
the-
you're like, okay, Cal,
Right.
enough. We've heard
But,
it. You know what?
but what's really cool is, so Eric and I came to Westerville South together at the same time, and Eric coached for me and together. And then obviously I'm doing different things, but I still teach there. So we're coworkers in the same department together. We started there together. Really excited for him as he takes over Westerville South and ushering a new age. And as we're getting started here, we're calling this 4 Quarters. We're asking 4 questions to different coaches here at the clinic. And I'm going to start it off as we build on that. And what I just want to ask you is, what is it like, or what does it mean to you to now take over the program of your alma mater, the very school you went to and now teach at and stuff?
Yeah, it's funny. Right when I got the job and accepted it, it's been a whirlwind, which any coach will say. Any new head coach will say it's nuts. And we had the contact period going, and so it's like I haven't even really got to sit back and reflect. And right now, to be honest with you, I'm going to try not to. There's just I'm going to pour everything into the program and into these kids, and it certainly is a special something that I will reflect on for years and years. I know one day, but right now I just want to do
There's a lot of work to
the
do,
absolute
right?
best I can for the kids that are in the building right now. But there's no doubt, being an alumni, being a part of the community, I think it is a big responsibility, and I'm honored to be doing that. But man, it's going to be, hey, just do your best
And
every
it kind
day.
of comes to that point of, it's not about you, right? You got the job. It's about these kids still at the end of the day. It never changes.
I couldn't say that any better. With me personally, my path was never I need to be a head coach. That wasn't it. I love football. I could talk about football all day. Love coaching. I just feel like it's one of those things. I'm just lucky that it gets to be a part of my day as I pour into Westerville South and the community and to the kids there.
Yeah.
And that makes coming to work. It's just like I suppose a bonus. You
Absolutely.
be the head football
and
coach.
I think that's like a huge thing. Is it never changes about high school football. We can have all these changes every single week. We can have new rules, new recruiting, new everything. But what it's going to be about is always the kids.
Yes.
It's always going to be about the kids, and that's going to be one of the common denominators for the rest of the time.
And you bring up the changes and all that, and that's going to be, and again, that's what I see as my, just help these kids at Westerville South navigate those things, help these players be, and I know every coach, but reach their potential. And every player, man, it's pouring into the freshmen that have never had an off season. Right now, you get some of those kids like they're still trying to figure life out. Football season ends, and then the grades start to drop, and then you got to stay on. And that's what I've found. I was doing that before, but now as a head coach, I feel it. Even just I'm gonna make sure these kids are doing the right things and do everything you can. At the end of the day, they make those decisions, but that's really what it's all about. Help them navigate, and I'll do it as long as they'll keep me.
I got a question for you, Coach. So I played at Gahanna, coached Coach Eric Gahanna, and when I was there, like Gahanna's never had like a defined rival. Like when I was there, it was always like this team, or like historically like it's this team, or like New Age it's this team. For people that maybe don't know Columbus football as much or don't follow it as much, what's it like being in a community where it's you're battling two other teams for the quote unquote crown of your city, right? There's
Rule the Bills,
Central,
Sure.
It's the first thing you'll hear about the moment you get there.
I don't know if rivalry is the right word, but what's that feeling like? Because I feel like it's so special to be like, I'm fighting for my city.
It really is. What's pretty cool about that is that you get two of them. And you feel it the same way. And honestly, I'd say equally with both those teams. Personally, when I was playing, I graduated from South in 2003. Central wasn't open yet. So we always had the North-South rivalry going. But as soon as we started, as soon as I got to come back and teach and coach at South, Central was humming. They were beating everybody. And you felt that rivalry right away. And of course, that had been established with the kids and everything. I had been away for a long time. And I'd say it's probably... I'm sure we're all pretty fluid. Whoever's doing well probably has a target on their back, and then with that three-way rivalry there. But honestly, it's the kids at the school, and I'm sure it applies to the other schools. I mean, they get up for both those games equally. So it is actually pretty cool to have a couple rivalry games.
Yeah. So for me, my one question is, Coach Chris has done an amazing job there, right? Yeah. Like he did a phenomenal job, and you just can't overlook the special things that you guys were able to accomplish in his years there. Even with the success, there's change that needs to be made. And what's the number one change you feel like you are going to bring to Westerville South now to increase your guys' success?
Yeah, I guess I want to go back to Coach Chris. The reason that I felt confident to be able to jump into this position is because of the foundation that he laid.
Yeah.
And having seen a very good blueprint of how to run the Westerville South football program. And so that just gives you all the confidence in the world. He's still teaching the building, and he's given me everything that I could possibly want, and he always will. Yeah. That has made life much better. I know, much better for me as opposed to going to a brand new school and not knowing anything about it. So that's something that I'm very thankful for. And honestly, when you talk about changes, what I've told the kids, it's a constant. It's the little changes. It's the constant little changes. Having different people be the ones to talk to you. Having just a couple new coaches there, and you got the saying right. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And that applies here with the big picture of our program. But it'll just be the everyday won't feel exactly the same. I tell the kids, it's okay. This change is going to feel weird, and we all need to accept that. It's going to be for everybody. I've been an assistant all these years, and it's an adjustment for me, obviously.
Right.
But as far as big sweeping change, there's nothing that I'm coming here, man, okay, this needs to be different than yours. Yeah, sure, there'll be little things that we're doing in the weight room maybe, but I've really tried to express to the kids, like, this is, you're going to have to get used to these little things because it's not easy. You can't overlook, let alone you have a whole brand new staff coming in just sweeping everything. But if you're looking from the football standpoint, we will have a new offensive staff, and so they'll have enough of those things that they're going to have to get used to. But I think there were a lot of good culture things that we had at the school that we can keep going. And in the end, like I said, I've been there for a while now, so I think the kids feel pretty comfortable, and they've been working really hard for us.
There we go.
Yeah.
Stout, you want to do the fourth quarter since this is your guy here?
Yeah, I tie it back into the clinic since that's why we're all here. Who is maybe somebody you listened to this weekend that you really liked, or what you always talk about? You come here, and the longer you coach, I think the more finite you get with what you're looking for. What's been a good nugget you've taken from this clinic this weekend?
The first thing I'll say, because I've been going to this clinic since I first started coaching. So we're going back to 2007. And to that point, I've always been excited for the X's and O's. And don't get me wrong, they're awesome. And I love seeing the plays and all these things. But what I've noticed almost immediately becoming a head coach is like all of a sudden the culture talks. And I know we like the X's and O's on this podcast because I love it. Don't get me wrong.
But culture.
Right, no culture. I know it. I've seen, listen, I'm a listener.
I literally will wake up in a deep sweat of my sleep and hear Kyle be like, no culture. I'm like, yes, sir.
But the thing is, like, where I foresee my role and how things are playing out, I'm going to have an offensive coordinator. I'm going to have a defensive coordinator. And obviously, I'm going to have a hand in all the aspects of the football, but that stuff is resonating more than the program stuff. Two guys that really, they've been great, but really just today, and where I just heard right before I came here was Coach Bob Guestwich, and man, his talk was, I mean, he went from the off season through the season, but because it had everything you could want, the way he approaches his program. I know it's maybe a slightly different area than at Westerville South, but man, had a great approach to all aspects
and what he's done
of
there
the season.
Too.
Well, on top of, so you
success
see it, and then
crazy.
you see the success, and that one hit because it had a little of everything, and he finished talking about how important people are, and I know that the Westerville South community, despite we talked earlier how it is broken up and you got 3 schools and all that, there is a deep Westerville South community. It's the oldest school. It's got a lot of history.
One of my guys, one ace that watches the show, man, Matt Bell. He came from. You see, he comments on our stuff.
Yeah, he comments on Facebook.
He's a retired teacher from Northland. His wife works in the Westerville district still. He graduated from South years ago. Yeah. Obviously, he's already retired, so he's a little up there. He's close to Kyle's age. Yeah. But at the same time, though, Coach Bell, he loves the Cats, right? Yeah. He loves the Cats, and he's all about it. He's still, when you could say somewhere's your alma mater and love it, like that one guy on Instagram. You ever seen that one mailman? He's like, the Cats, the big Cats. You have to go.
I don't know what algorithm you got on Instagram, but it's not what I got.
That's probably a little different than yours.
A little bit.
Nobody goes,
right on my Instagram.
I'm about to send you guys a.
We know what's going on. Yeah.
He's a straight animal. I'm sending it to you right now. But no, I feel like those alumni though are deep in South High.
Sure.
Right?
No, and you feel that and you know that. My approach to that is, I mean, I feel the same way. I'm an alumni and I'm a community member and all those things. And so, I mean, my approach to every day is I need to dive in and do the best possible job I can. Yeah. And if I'm doing that at the end of the day, then whatever happens, but that's my approach. Right. Pour into the kids, pour into the community. And if those things are going well, hopefully everybody's.
Well, we were going to wrap it up, but I have a special overtime.
Let's do it.
I prefaced and said it could happen.
No, it's all good.
I have to do it. Special overtime. What's the number one story you have about Kyle Stout for us?
I have a great. I'll let him talk. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm going to let him talk. I have a great one that will bring some comedic relief whenever he is done with maybe his.
God. Yeah,
but that wasn't the double OT.
I want that.
Kyle's getting real risky there.
Not a question. It's a comment already.
I know, but you're answering. Give me the number one Kyle story, and it does not got to be it's no bar holes here, no holds bar, whatever you say there.
No, listen, I think because now like I got to know Kyle right when he got his job here at South and everything. So Kyle, how old were you when we?
42.
33 at that time.
No, I had to been
41.
probably
Minimum.
I probably had only been like 25, 26.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, no,
talking
that's right.
decades ago now.
And so what's cool from my perspective is that I got to see when he first started talking about his wife, just started dating, and how excited, we'll just say excited,
Straight and
how
left, no
excited,
puppy dogs.
He was. I called her the great white buffalo.
the white buffalo. Yeah, that's where I was going.
He was not ready for this answer,
I'm just
though.
saying
He
how
wasn't.
excited he was about the white
I
buffalo.
called her the great white buffalo.
I want to go that route because it was.
You called your wife the Great White Buffalo.
Yeah, it's that majestic thing you're hunting down that you can't catch. So newsflash,
was.
my wife, we started talking, and this is probably just God working things out as I was working through my life. But she dodged me for 6 months, dude. And then it got to
You
the
were
made it
calling
work.
her a white
Well, she's a white-
buffalo. Yes, I
in
would
a
dodge
good,
the shit
in a
out
good
of you,
context of like, this is the hunt I'm on when I'm
Yeah,
trying
but
to
you gotta explain it besides just calling her a white
Great
buffalo.
white
That's
Hey,
why she was running
I gotta say
away.
this,
That's
man.
majestic.
Shout out to my wife. She is an amazing trooper. She even ran this headphone cable over to us because I forgot it.
Gotta
That's
love
a
it.
Wife's
trooper.
podcast here soon?
Huh?
Wife's podcast.
We are
here
going to do
soon?
the Wives podcast soon.
Gotta
but
love it.
I am going to end with my most amazing story about Coach Calland from our time
Let's
coaching.
go.
So here we are. It's Olentangy. We're facing them. We're on the road. Not having a very good year. And Calland kicks the door into the locker room. He's like, woo! He's like, get ready, boys. Here comes the rain. Right? And our center, I won't mention any names, but our center starts crying. And he goes, I can't snap in the rain, Coach. I can't. You know it. He's like, I can't. You know this. I can't snap in the rain. Tears. And I'm like, way to go, Cal.
Thanks, bro.
Didn't see that coming.
And we have some other good ones, but we won't mention it. And
That's
it's from the
amazing.
same player, but that's a great one. But
I'm
Coach,
excited for you, Coach.
Yeah.
Let me just say that first before Kyle wraps up. I'm excited for you just following your journey so far throughout me being a head coach and being close to Westerville South, and honestly being great friends with Kyle, being one of my best friends in this coaching game and just in my life game, but like knowing he teaches at Westerville South. And I think Kyle might have called this hire before it even got anywhere posted or close. Kyle,
He might have been yelling it in the hallways.
no,
Kyle's
see, he's
before.
smiling
Yeah,
now.
right. He
Yeah,
might have been
100%.
yelling some things, yeah.
Because we texted in our 614 head says, of course I got to ask him, hey, who's getting this Westerville South job? He said, no questions asked. It's already wrote in. It's over.
Listen, he was yelling that stuff in the hallway before like interviews even happened.
Love it.
So
I
how
love it.
awkward would that have been?
But this guy, you already know he wasn't going to let it slide, though.
No.
It's great, though. But congratulations, Coach, on your hire, man. Congratulations being at your alma mater. It's so cool to me.
who's week one, Coach?
Week one, we got Dublin Jerome.
Okay.
Dublin Jerome. They got us last year, pretty good, and we'll be ready.
All right, man.
Here we
good,
go.
Good luck, and we appreciate you having on. Go Cats.